All right, welcome everybody to the Phantom of Menace Part 1. Obviously, prequels are everybody's favorite trilogy, so we had to do them. We had to be having fun with them because otherwise, why even bother doing Star Wars at all? The story's just incomplete at that point. So we have to learn about these important backstories and where everybody came from. So you might see some people playing familiar roles, but a lot of it's just been mixed up just for the hell of it and have a good time giving people some different types of roles throughout all of this. So we're about to jump in, but we have our 4 drinking rules for tonight. Number 1, as always, is anytime that an overt Shakespeare reference is made, it's up to you. If you catch them, if you see all of us drinking, that probably means there was one and you missed it, which I'm guilty of that too. Number 2 is anytime that R2-D2 has a monologue, which if any of you have watched the original trilogy, that does happen. He does speak beyond beeps and whistles. So watch for Sean. If he's giving an eloquent soliloquy, you know that that's probably what's happening, especially if he's wearing a colander on his head. Rule number 3 is anytime Jar Jar Binks speaks intelligently. Sorry, that is a slight spoiler, but you'll know what we mean when we get to it. And rule number 4 is that anytime someone dies. We did have a very important question a second ago. I'm going to say that droids do not count. As I said before, it gets into an interesting Westworld conversation at that point, but we are just going to kind of just shove that off to the side for right now. So anytime one of the speaking characters, people die in this one, pour a drink out for them. So other than that, we are going to jump right in with episode 1, part 1, The Phantom of Menace. So begin with the prologue in outer space. What dreadful turmoil hath beset the strong republic and its bonds of peace, or distant trade routes all do sigh and fret, as fears of grim taxation do increase. The greedy, vile trade federation hath created a blockade none may pass through. With deadly battleships they block the path unto the little planet called Naboo. Whilst politicians endlessly debate, the Chancellor Supreme plies strategy. He sends 2 Jedi to negotiate, they who keep peace within the galaxy. In time so long ago begins our play, in troubled galaxy, far, far away. Act 1, Scene 1, aboard the Republic cruiser and aboard the Trade Federation battleship. Open your hearts, for which of you will stop the vent of feeling when loud rumor speaks? Her flaming tongue with poisoned tips shall drop unrest from Tatooine to Naboo's peaks. See how, with mere suggestion of attacks, begins Star Wars that shall your eyes amaze, enraging the Federation with false facts. Good sport did make for rumors' cunning ways, inciting the Republic to respond, now sets the game afoot on every side. Thus shall I cause new worries to be spawned. Hint of a dark force rising I'll provide. E'en till the proud Republic longeth for protection from some unknown looming threat. Replete with fear, each heart shall be full sore ere I have ceased the worry I beget. Quick now, and let this merry play begin. Unveil the Empire's full prehistory. E'en groundlings, waiting weeks to be let in, look forward to the wonders they shall see. Starts now what you have longed for, sans delay. Attend, a phantom menace comes anon. Ye shall be pulled into our clever play. Ears, hearken to this story that doth dawn. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, pilot and captain.
I say, good captain.
Aye, sir. What's your will?
Pray make communication unto this Trade Federation battleship. In here. Tell them that we would board this ship anon.
The captain addresses Newt Gunray via comlink.
With great respect and humble mien, good sir, with awe for the Trade Federation's might, the brave ambassadors would swiftly board your ship, with your permission and consent.
Methinks his captain's words are oversweet.
Indeed, we've nothing herein have to hide. As you know full well, our blockade is within the bounds of the Republic's law. Your kind ambassadors shall be received, as we would welcome all Republic guests.
Exit Newt Gunray from Comlink.
Thus shall we fly onto their battleship and land within the core of its vast frame. These Federation ships are massive, aye, and run to excess for a mere blockade. Yet, when taxation is the greater theme, the melody oft leans towards life or death. It is it's an ancient song that all know well. The notes of levies ring with morbid knoll. Indeed, it may most verily be said that only death and taxes certain are.
The Republic ship lands inside the battleship. Many droids surround the ship. Enter droid TC-14 to speak with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Pilot and captain remain in the Republic ship.
My name is TC-14, at your aid. I prithee, come with me, good gentlemen. Your visit doth bring honor unto us, ambassadors of high and noble blood. Be now at ease, and wait upon my lord, for he shall hither come to speak with you.
Exit TC-14.
I have a feeling bad about this, master.
Yet sense I nothing. Wherefore art thou tense?
'Tis not about the mission, something else. Elusive, 'tis I, different to name.
Oh, center not on thy anxiety. Young Obi-Wan, thy concentration here maintain within this very moment now, for such is where thy focus doth belong.
Master Yoda hath instructed me to be ever mindful of the future, for it is ad event may meaning in my life.
'Tis true, yet future possibility must not be kept in the forefront of thy mind at the expense of what is here. The present moment, be e'er mindful of the living force, my worthy Padawan.
Aye, master. Then unto the present time, how do you think the Viceroy shall respond unto the noble Chancellor's demands?
Methinks there can be little doubt in this. These Federation dogs are cowardly and shall be quick to heel at our command. Negotiation shall be swift indeed.
Enter Newt Gunray, Dulce Dauphine, and TC-14 above on balcony.
What did thou say, thou Terra-speaking droid?
Just what my sockets hath observed, my lord. These two ambassadors are Jedi Knights.
This I did prophesy in my mind's eye. The two have come to force a settlement.
Go thou, make some keen distractions there. I must make contact with Lord Sidious.
Hast thou lost all thy power of intellect, thou jarring, fool-born, simple-minded rogue? I shall not go where Jedi steps do tread. Instead, send one insensible to fear. This droid shall serve our purpose. Go, anon.
Exit TC-14 from balcony.
Is it their nature so to make us wait?
Nay, truly I do sense a fear too grand for such a wee affair as trade disputes.
Enter TC-14 with serving tray.
I serve the drinks these Jedi to appease, and in so doing serve my master's will. We droids are here to serve, 'tis protocol. Yet here my service lacketh etiquette, for it doth serve these Jedi to deceive.
TC-14 serves drinks to Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Enter Darth Sidious in beam on balcony, speaking with Newt Gunray and Dulce Dauphine. That's you.
What is't?
The scheme that you have schemed, sorry, the scheme that you have schemed hath failed, Lord Sidious. Our rules in this blockade is finished, for we would dare to fight against the Jedi? Nay, it would be foolishness.
Hear me now, Viceroy. I'll not have this filth, this stunted slime of rank and worthless nerve, this craven, simple-minded lump of flesh within my presence e'er again. Put not such weak examples of resolve and will before a mighty Sith.
Exit Dulce Dauphine.
This recent twist of fate's blind spinning wheel hath luckless been. We must therefore accelerate our plans, begin to send the troops unto Naboo.
My lord, your words astound. Or shall the law be with us in this action we shall take?
I tell thee, I am arbiter and law. It shall be legal if I make it so.
What shall be done with the two Jedi, then?
'Twas ill conceived of the Chancellor to bring the Jedi into this affair. Hear my command and follow. Kill them both.
Indeed, my lord. As you wish, it shall be.
Exit Darth Sidious from beam. Exit Newt Gunray. Enter pilot and captain aside in Republic ship.
Alas, good captain, look upon the guns. They turn in our direction. We are slain.
Raise shields, my man, to grant us some defense.
Too late, too late.
The Trade Federation guns fire on the Republic ship, killing the pilot and the captain.
What
Qui-Gon
villainy
and
is
Obi-Wan
this?
brandish their lightsabers.
What villainy is this? My senses tell of some abrupt attack.
I sense it too, my master. I believe our comrades have been killed whilst they did wait.
Gas begins to seep into the room.
And what is more now comes a vapor rank. Dioxin, poison gas. Pray, hold thy breath.
The Jedi hold their breath. Enter battle droids, including OW-01 standing at attention outside the door. Enter Newt Gunray and beam.
For certain they are dead by now. Since these two Jedi are not politicians, they are not with hot air filled, and thus have not the stores of breath essential to survive. Still, go. Destroy what remnants may remain.
Exit Newt Gunray from beam. The door opens. TC-14 passes through the doorway and sees the battle droids.
I beg your pardon, droids of metal made.
Go forth, investigate, good corporal. Forsooth, forsooth.
The Jedi come forth suddenly, fighting. Enter Newt Gunray, Rune Hako, and Tay Hao aside on bridge.
Fight for our master's truth.
What now? The monitors have been destroyed? What circumstance unhappy doth befall?
Transmission hath been wholly lost, my liege.
Hast thou
Hast thou ever had a clash? Oh. Hast thou... Oh, good.
Hast thou e'er had a clash with Jedi Knights?
Nay, truly not till now. Thy warning doth give me some pause. Seal off the bridge entire.
Indeed.
Dost thou not see 'tis not enough?
And call a host of droidicas anon.
Yet thou art deaf, and in thy panic shalt not listen to the truth. We'll not survive.
The bridge doors are sealed as the Jedi continue to fight and advance.
Battle droids are worthless when faced with the power of the Force. They are all overthrown.
Indeed. Now may my lightsaber be this door the key, that we may entrance make.
Qui-Gon uses his lightsaber to bore through the bridge door.
Behold, they come! Swift, close the blast doors. Aye, for certain, that shall keep the two at bay until the fearsome droidicas appear.
The lightsaber cuts not as did before. Be like another door hath sealed the way. Well played, shrewd sirs, and yet not well enough. Observe the power of a burning sun. The mystic beam I wield here in my hand.
Qui-Gon pushes his lightsaber directly through the center of the door.
They still make headway. How is this possible?
Where are the droidicas thou summoned forth?
Enter droidecas.
My master, look! Destroyer droids, approach!
Qui-Gon pulls his lightsaber from the door to face the droidecas, which begin shooting at the Jedi.
They generate their own shields, too. Fie!
We parry every blast, they'll not break through, but neither are we close enough to strike, and their strong shields do block what we reflect. 'Tis but an errant game that we none can win. Let us fly away and find another way.
Exit Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
The droidicas have sent them fleeing. Ha!
Sir, I report. The Jedi speedily retreat unto the ventilation shaft.
Exit Newt Gunray, Rune Hako, and Tay Hao. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi to the main hangar above on balcony.
Do you behold this here, young Obi-Wan? 'Tis battle droids, and hundreds, mayhap more.
Indeed an army for an invasion made.
This is a strategy most strange for the Trade Federation. By my troth, this is strange and unexpected twist doth warrant care. We must inform the innocent Naboo, and Chancellor Valorum too. Hear this, my young apprentice. Let us split our paths, and use these ships as transport to Naboo, where on the planet's surface we shall meet.
Aye, master, I shall do as you command, and rendezvous with you upon Naboo. What's more, your foresight wise they could not thwart. Negotiations were, indeed, quite short.
Exit. Scene 2. On the planet Naboo and aboard the Trade Federation battleship. Enter Queen Amidala.
A person young is thought to have no power, even when she's a queen, as like myself. Those older do surround, pressing in and questioning each word that I do speak. One thinks I shall a poor decision make, another thinks himself more competent. The best of them do bow and show respect, and treat me with the deference due to my throne. Yet e'en their eyes speak of disbelief, their courtesy becomes a stifling thing. A youth is no more frail than older folk, no less intelligent, no less sublime. Our steps are newer, yet we are no jewel, to be protected and encased by them. We know of violence and life's harsh ways. Our tears descend in grief as their tears do. We are not made of softer stuff than they. The moods we feel oft run irate and rough. We have no thoughts less noble than our elders. In truth, compassion may we ably teach. Then why is it thought that youth are so beneath these older than we are, and of any rank? 'Tis foolishness, yea, 'tis foul treachery. If ere these older ones could look within and plumb the depths of youth, what wonders would before their eyes appear? The courage, strength, and valor it requires to be a youth, the daily struggle to survive amid the 1,000 contestant doubts we do receive from every person, even though those we are dear. The ever-present skirmishes with those of our own age, who should support and praise us, bound within the sacred bond of youth, but who instead do injure with harsh words. To be a youth within a world run by an older generation taken strength. Yea, that beyond 100 elders might to be both youth and leader truly is to be a target ever in their sights. I would not trade my station for the world, nor would I wish it on mine enemy. Although the path is fraught, this is our cause. We youth shall mold the future we desire.
Queen Amidala presses a comlink switch. Enter Newt Gunray, Rune Hako, and Tehao above on balcony in Trade Federation battleship.
Transmission from the planet of Naboo.
Queen Amidala, I herself.
At last we shall begin to see results, for speaking to the head shall move the body. Again you come before us, Highness Grand.
I do, yet thou shalt not be pleased when thou hast heard what I intend to say to thee. Thine errant boycott of our planet through.
Your words are not a deep surprise to me, for of our failure I've heard no report.
I am aware that the ambassadors who were by Chancellor Valorum sent have come to thee, and thou art ordered to come to a settlement or this blockade.
And yet I know of no ambassadors. For certain you have made a gross mistake.
Alas, have all our plans been thwarted then? Beware, I warn thee, Viceroy, for 'tis true, the Federation hath made steps too bold.
I know not what you mean, good Lady Queen. We will do nothing sans the Senate say. As doth befit your youth and woman's fear, your highness doth assume too much, indeed.
Oh, we shall see how mine assumptions fare.
Exit Queen Amidala.
In truth, the lady is correct. The Senate.
'Tis far too late. What's done can't be undone.
Aye, so, but do you think she doth expect the swift attack that we are bound to make?
Nay, I know not. Yet this, at least, is clear. We must disrupt communications to the planet, lest they learn of our intent.
Exit Newt Gunray, Rune Hako, and Tehao. Enter Queen Amidala with Seo Bibble, Captain Panaka, court, and attendants. Enter Senator Palpatine in beam.
What is't you say? Negotiations have not reached a starting point because the two ambassadors did ne'er arrive. But nay, how could that tale be true? The Chancellor himself informed me that the ambassadors most shortly did arrive. Negotiate.
Exit Palpatine from beam.
I pray thee, Senator, where hast thou gone? What is the matter? What hath happened here?
Check our transmission generator, lad.
If our communication hath been breached, it means but one thing only: an attack.
The Federation would not go so far, for such a move would mean their suicide.
I do agree. The Senate would revoke the Federation's trade ability, which would destroy their commerce all at once.
Negotiation must be our fond hope.
Negotiation, Highness? We have lost communication, and yet, as we know of no ambassadors who have brought suit unto the Federation for our sake.
Oh, how he sneers and mocks mine utterance, as he would never do were I his age.
The situation is most grave, my queen. If an invasion comes, the meager, slight security our volunteers provide shall be no contest for the hardened ranks the Federation surely shall employ.
I hear thee, councillors, and may hear more, but will condone no more that leads to war.
Exit. Scene 3, on the planet of Naboo. Enter battle droids, including OOM-9. Enter Newt Gunray.
How may I serve you, boys?
Take heed now, Captain. We have searched the ship and found no trace of Jedi Knights therein. 'Tis possible they hide aboard thy craft.
If they are here, good sir, we shall detect them and destroy them as we were enjoined.
Rey, use thou caution. Underestimate these Jedis at thy peril. Vigilance!
Exit Newt Gunray and Rune Hako from beam. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, hidden.
With hundreds of these battle droids, I fly onto the planet that doth wait below. Yea, unbeknownst to its kind citizens, attack doth truly come to break their peace. The craft hath landed. Run, ere we are found.
Qui-Gon begins to run from the craft amid fleeing fallen passets, pursued by battle droids. Enter Jar Jar Binks, hidden, seeing Qui-Gon Jinn.
A man approacheth, clothed in Jedi garb. Belike this man brings aid unto Naboo, such as will help my people and my land. Mayhap this is the chance I have desired, for I have wandered low these many months, a-thinking o'er this planet, dreary fate. Two people separated by their fear and prejudice, which e'er doth make us shirk from giving help unto each other. Aye, it may be that the only hope for us to be united is to realize that our two fates are tightly knit as one. Perchance the Jedi, followed by these droids, doth bring the words to break our deep mistrust. I shall make introductions in my way, portray the part that I have learned so well. It doth befit the human prejudice to think we Gungans simple, low, and rude. I shall approach him thusly, yet shall bend him to the path that shall assist us all. Put on thy simple wits now, Jar Jar Binks. Thus play the role of clown to stoke his pride.
Jar Jar stands in Qui-Gon's path. Qui-Gon runs into him and the two fall as the battle droid's transport passes by over them.
Oh, Maury, I so love you.
Thou brainless knave, almost thou killed us both.
I speaking. Look at Mimi.
Thou canst speak, doth not yet make thee wise. Now go ye hence away.
Your kind did teach me human language, and my profit on it is I know how to move your heart. So shall I speak most like a Gungan plain, and thus disarm you by a fool's deceit? No, why, sir. Oh, Misa, stay. Oh, Misa, called you Jar Jar Binks. See, now Misa is your servant humble.
'Tis quite unnecessary. Simple beast.
Oh, nay, it is necessary. Commanded by the gods, it is he.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, pursued by two battle droids. Qui-Gon Jinn destroys the droids.
Ah! Now twice you have saved my life,
What creature friend is this?
A local, aye. A pietous native with simple mind. Now let us hence before more droids arrive.
Did you say more and more? Excuse me. And now to cast the line that plants the hook. The safest place is Gunga City. 'Tis where I grew a hidden city.
Mayhap this lackwit may have purpose yet. A city. Canst thou take us there, kind brute?
Nay. As I'm me thinking, nay.
And wherefore not, amphibious buffoon?
Oh, 'tis embarrassing, me banished. If I return and see the bosses, then they will work me woe. You get it?
A sound is heard in the distance.
Dost thou hear that grave, grave sound? It is the noise made by 1,000 woes to come.
If they discover us, we shall be crushed and ground into a million fleshy bits. Oblivion shall be our final home.
You make it good for Pointy. This way.
The Jedi walk in the direction Jar Jar points.
These men have prejudice deep in their hearts. For looking on me, they see savagery. A native, local, piteous buffoon, with such dark slurs they slender my whole race. Yet Gungans quickly shall destroyed be, if this attack doth touch our soggy home. Belike, the Jedi are our only hope. Thus, though I was cast out for mine ideas, and have for many moons gone wandering above the waters of my home, where I have studied human ways and learned their speech, I shall return to make amends, and bring these Jedi to the people to whom I am bound. So may I save my race entire. To thine own kind be true, so say I. Give every man thine ear, but few thy voice. At least the voice that speaketh with wise words. Let them hear only speech of ruffian. My truer voice I'll hide with outward squeaks of Misa, Yusa, and excuse me, sir. So shall the simple lead the high and wise, that all of us may dwell in harmony.
I prithee, Jar Jar, how much farther on?
We gory underwater, Chloe. But here and now a warning too, sir. The Gungans like ye not outsiders. The welcome may not be so warmy.
Fear thou not. This has not been our day made for the warmth of hospitality.
Jar Jar leads the Jedi to the water's edge, where they plunge in and swim to Gunga City. Enter Gungans, including Captain Tarpals.
Now, Mr. Home, so good it's really.
The Gungans begin to shrink back at the approach of Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar.
Oh, you so stop it there. Wait, that was a terrible. Let me do that again. I'm sorry. Hey, you so stop it there. What brings you here, stupid?
Hey, old darling. Good Captain Tarpal.
Nay, Jar Jar, not again. Now you shall go to deal with the bosses. You saying it deep, fool.
Captain Tarpals steps forward and prods Jar Jar with his power pole, zapping him.
Rude indeed. How rude.
Now come y'all with me to see the boss with your dumb ass.
Captain Tarpals and other Gungans escort Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar into the chamber of the bosses. Enter Boss Nass and other Gungan bosses.
I bid you a welcome, gentlemen, but you cannot be here. This array of mechanics above you is with song. This is your problem, not us.
An army all comprised of droids shall soon make their attack upon the Kind Naboo. We must give them warning with your aid.
But Misa do not like the Naboo. They think they are so wise and full of wit.
The moment the battle droids have done with the Naboo, they shall descend into these murky depths and seize control of you.
But Misa Noah think is so. The droids not know of Ocean here.
Have you no eyes? Is enmity so strong that it makes you blind? You two, the Gungans and Naboo, do form a symbiont circle. The rock that throws into your lake makes waves upon their shores. The quake that shakes their land doth make your own dear city move, as though were rocked by giants. The same sun shines upon you, the same rain falls and bringeth water to each one. The plant that takes root in your miry depths doth spread its leaves above for them to see. Your fate is theirs, and their fate is yours.
This Jedi speaketh with a wisdom keen.
But we do not care about the Naboo.
Qui-Gon uses a Jedi mind trick on Boss Nass.
In that case, prithee, speed us on our way.
Yeah, Misa gonna speed your boat on the way.
And we shall have need of transport, too.
And we are gonna give you una bongo. The speediest way to get to the Naboo is to going through the planet core. Now hence.
With gratitude, we give thee thanks, Boss Nass, and leave your worthy court with wish of peace.
Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan turn to leave.
Say, Master, what doth una bongo mean?
Methinks it is a transport. So hope I.
Is now or ne'er if I would join their cause. Oh, this is setting you up certain. Go to the planet core, bad bombing, and any help there would be hot, eh?
Time rather short, my master. Shall we go?
A navigator who shall guide us through the planet core would be most useful, aye? What shall become of this one, Jar Jar Binks?
Isn't to have a punishment, sir.
Yet I did save his life, and oweth he a debt of life to me in recompense. Your gods have given Jar Jar over to me. You shall go with me by divine command.
Binks, you have a life player with his?
Oh, yasa, Mr. Dewey,
Bye. Misa gone with him. Good readings then.
Nay, count me right out of this here. 'Tis better dead here than at the core. Oh, what a Misa speaks! Coming!
Exit Boss Nass, Gungan bosses, and other Gungans. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar enter the transport.
Now we venture to the planet core, the place most dangerous, doth beseem.
Oh, this is nonsense.
Looking out of the vessel.
Gopherfish! Oh!
Why wert thou banished, Jar Jar? Prithee tell.
If I could tell them true, they'd not believe. For who would think that simple-minded Binks would come to have such thoughts expansive as could threaten e'en the Gungan bosses, eh? Oh, well do I recall how they assessed the strange beliefs that I'd begun to speak. That Gungans and Naboo had equal strength, that we did need them e'en as they need us. That our two races should not hostile be, that our best future lay as one, not two. Such thoughts as these were reprehensible to all the bosses, thus my banishment. Yet this is not the story I'll relate. Oh, it's a long tale, you see, but small part being so clumsy.
Thou art exiled for thy clumsiness.
You mightn't be a say that.
Enter Opie, hidden.
My lord Darth Sidious has sent me here across the galaxy to help destroy these wretched Jedi. Oh, what pleasure shall it give me, not just to fulfill the will of my great master. There is more. My villainous assignment also doth bring with it promise of a supper rich. The best employment bringeth one enjoyment.
So maybe Misa causa one or maybe two accidenti. I burned the gasser, then I banished.
Opie catches the transport with its tongue.
Oh nay, oh this is trouble.
Enter Sando Aqua Monster, aside.
Fear not, my Jedi brothers, for I come, set by the Jedi Council to Naboo to guard the good Republic's interest. My post in the groaning waters blue, where I do stand ready to protect their passage through the planet's vicious core, and now my chance hath come to save their lives. Though I am Sando Aqua Monster called, I am not monstrous, nay, but virtuous.
The Sando Aqua Monster eats the Opie and exits.
Deep in the sea, 'tis true as 'tis in life, one fish seems vast, as giant as a fish was e'er thought possible to be. We fear, nay, cower in its presence, for we think it doth portend our sure and certain death. Now whether 'tis a fish most literal, like of which our ship has just escaped, here, or belike 'tis some metaphor, e'en some great challenge or some enemy, mayhap some test that we must overcome, unless we call upon the force to see correctly that the thing is not so grand. Know this, you ever shall live in fear. Hence, my young Padawan, and Jar Jar Binks, ere bear in mind this plain and vital truth, remember that you must have confidence enough to know there's e'er a bigger fish.
Oh, Misa think we're going back now, but where are we going to, sir?
Fret not, we shall be guided by the Force.
Oh, Maxie, big the Force you say, but that does smell stink of wavy.
The console begins to beep.
Alas, the power swiftly runneth out.
Oh, nay. Oh, we shall die in here.
Bray, calm thyself. No trouble have we yet.
What yet? The monsters swimming out there are leaking and are sinking here. When you sink, we're in trouble.
Enter Colo Claw, hidden.
My brother Opie failed where I'll succeed. This vessel shall become my banquet feast, and thus I serve my masters by my belly.
Powers restored. With it, our chance.
The lights of the transport turn on to reveal the Colo Claw, which attempts to eat the ship.
From one great trial to another, yet I feel as though some hand doth guide us here.
Enter Sando Aqua Monster as the transport dodges the Colo Claw.
I come again to rescue my brave friends. Flee twixt my teeth, but you, O Colo brute, are not so fortunate. Feel my sharp bite. I'll break my fast upon your traitorous hide.
The Sando Aqua Monster eats the Colo Claw and exits.
Thus are we safe again. Head for that slope, for with the Force no sea may sink our hope.
Exit. Scene 4, aboard the Trade Federation battleship. Enter Newt Gunray, Rune Hako, and in beam, Darth Sidious.
The invasion doth proceed apace, my lord.
I have with cunning slowed the Senate's speed. Arresting my procedure their advance, they shall have little choice but to accept the strong control you hold o'er small Naboo.
The Queen has faith, misguided to be sure, and doth believe the Senate sides with her.
Queen Amidala, but an ingenue. Controlling her shall not be taught.
Indeed, my lord.
Exit Darth Sidious from beam.
One thing you did omit, not of the missing Jedi did you speak.
Why give him reason to make loud retort? We shall report when we have some report.
Exit. Scene 5, on the planet Naboo. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Jar Jar Binks in transport, surfacing in the waters of Naboo.
Our journey through the core is made at last, and now shall we make way unto the Queen, to warn her of this threat most imminent. Come, Obi-Wan and Jar Jar, let us hence.
Exit. Enter Newt Gunray and Rune Hako with several battle droids, including OOM-9.
The
Queen hath been detained, Viceroy.
This victory doth taste most succulent, and sates the hunger of my wide ambition.
Enters Sabe, dressed as Queen Amidala, C.O. Bibble, Captain Panaka, Padmé, and other members of the Naboo court, guarded by battle droids.
How shalt thou hope to justify this bold attack upon our peaceful planet? Speak!
The Queen and I shall sign a treaty soon. It shall confer legitimacy on our occupation of the city here. I have been told the Senate shall with haste proceed to ratify the treaty. Aye, methinks the Queen shall find it in her heart to move her hand and make the needed mark that shall deliver her dear populace.
No treaty shall I sign. You shall not have cooperation in this matter, nay.
Be sensible, your highness, else we shall persuade you through the suffering of Naboo. The cries most piteous, the horrid groans, the gleam of Bodkin's touch and scream of pain, the agony that comes from torture cruel, these moments bleak shall have sway o'er your will. And now, Commander, take and process them.
I pray thee, Captain, take them to Camp 4.
Forsooth, forsooth.
Exit Newt Gunray and Rune Hako. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Jar Jar Binks above on balcony.
The Queen. Now is the time.
The Force, we leap with all for victory!
Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar leap down and begin fighting the battle droids.
Oh, with that ease these droids defeated are. Had they but any skill in combat, we would certain be outnumbered. Yet with such a lack of acumen, these droids are no more frightening than if they were but toys.
The Jedi destroy the battle droids.
Your Highness, 'twould be best we leave the streets.
Yea, courtiers, take the weapons of the droids.
Oh, wow, sir. You're so guy so bombard.
The group moves aside off the street.
We are ambassadors. We're sent here by our wise chancellor.
Ambassador, your effort at negotiation failed. If I were you, new trade would I ply.
Nay, by a Jedi's oath, there were no negotiations, only violence. 'Tis urgent now that we make contact with the brave Republic. Time runs quickly out.
Communication means have been destroyed.
But what of transport? Is there some nearby?
Within the hangar, follow me anon.
The group walks to the hangar, revealing more battle droids.
Alas, too many enemies therein. Like evil thoughts, these droids do multiply.
'Twill be no problem for we Jedi too. The weak shall be overcome by those more skilled. Your Highness, prithee, journey with me to Coruscant. Belike you will be safe, and may before the Senate plead your cause.
With gratitude, I greet your proffered aid, yet rightfully my place is on Naboo.
Yet they shall take your life, should you remain.
Nay, surely they would never be so bold.
They need the Queen to sign their treaty, so to render this invasion legal, should they kill her, they would lose their one defense.
And yet I sense there may be more at play. What game's afoot is still a mystery. No logic guides the Federation's moves. My feeling is they mean to do you harm. I would not have a queen become a pawn.
Our only hope is for the Senate's help. The Senator, even Palpatine, shall need your good assistance in this matter, ma'am.
The situation grave is dangerous. Aye, dangerous for all who shall go forth.
Yet we are brave, your highness. We shall go.
If you would leave, your highness, 'twill be now.
Enough. I'm engaged. I'll challenge this and venture forth to plead my case before the Senate. Hope shall be our strength and stay.
They begin walking toward the transport. Enter battle droids or guarding pilots, including Rick Ollier.
The pilots must be freed if we would fly.
It would be my joy to free them of their bonds.
Obi-Wan makes his way toward the pilots as Qui-Gon is stopped by a guard droid.
Desist at once and take no further step.
I am the Chancellor's ambassador. I tell thee I must take these people here to Coruscant.
Well, where shalt thou take them?
To Coruscant, thou brute.
Why, you shall take them then to Coruscant. Alack, this doth go against my programming, doth not compute. Behold, I place you all under arrest.
Thou shalt a ghost droid be ere then through.
Qui-Gon destroys guard droid with his lightsaber. Obi-Wan destroys droids guarding pilots. Sabe, Padmé, and Captain Panaka begin to board the transport.
Anon, we fly!
Ye pilots all make haste!
The pilots run to various vessels. Rick Ollier boards the Queen's transport with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
It is my duty and mine honor to protect and serve the Queen, whom I adore.
The ship flies off. Exits. Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi and Jar Jar Binks aside in ship with astromech droids, including R2-D2.
Pray, stay thou here, and mischief do thou none.
Hi ho, my lads. Are ye misunderstood as Jar Jar Binks and his dear Gungans, eh? Know ye of human prejudice and scorn? Methinks ye must, as all non-humans do.
Exit Jar Jar. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Captain Panaka, and Rick Ollier in the cockpit.
The blockade doth appear to work us woe. They shoot at us, and we are sorely hit. The generator of the shield is down. Mayhap this doth token our defeat.
Astromech droids move outside the ship to repair the shield generator.
It is my time to serve and prove my worth. I would the brave Republic serve with pride, for I do long for some adventurous life, with galaxies to see and quests to take, and even more, I long to be inspired and join a noble cause to which I may contribute all my strength and skill and wit. And now to it are to serve thy very best.
Several astromech droids are destroyed by fire from the blockade.
Alas, these droids do fall like winter snow, each flake snuffed out by flaming sword of fire. We soon shall have no more, and then we are lost.
Without the generator, we are dead. The shot shall find their mark and end our lives.
The shields are gone. 'Tis done, my comrades. Done. But oh, what sign is this? The power hath returned, and with it too our prospect of survival. Oh, hurrah. The droid hath done the deed. He bypassed the main power drive. Deflector shields are up to maximum effect, and we are saved.
R2-D2 returns inside the ship.
One thing remains, however, worthy friends. Their ship hath not sufficient power to deliver us to Coruscant. It is the hyperdrive, it leaketh out, like blood from some deep wound within its metal core.
We must make landing here to repair and refuel. No ship is ship-shape, sans solid structure.
Look, Master, here's found a planet near. I have not heard its name. Tis Tatooine. 'Tis small and poor and far from everything. The Federation has no presence there.
What confidence have you in this remark?
The planet is controlled by the Hutts.
The Hutts, indeed. Such lowly gangsters of base reputation, filled with avarice. Their minds on money, money on their minds. Such lowly, worm-like villainy as theirs, no royalty should e'er bear witness to, or forced be to find the strength to endure. Or, oh nay, ye Jedis, find another course. Pray, let us not take her to Tatooine.
Even if they did discover her, 'twould be no different than if our lame ship were bound for any place the Federation holds. Except, my friend, the Hutts expect her not, nor are they searching for the noble queen. We do then have a strong advantage here. Thus let us land, with hopefulness sincere.
Exit. Act 2. Scene 1. Aboard the Trade Federation battleship. Enter Newt Gunray, Rune Hako, and in beam, Darth Sidious.
My patience runneth out, so tell me true. Hath Amidala signed the treaty yet?
My lord, with trepidation I report, the queen hath disappeared. There was one ship from small Naboo escaped our stout blockade.
The treaty shall be signed. I will it so.
But 'tis impossible to find the ship. It lies beyond our range of scope or measure.
Enter Darth Maul in beam with Darth Sidious.
For thy weak instruments, perhaps, but not, I tell thee truly, Viceroy, for a Sith. Behold my Sith apprentice, Darth Maul he. Your lost ship shall be swiftly found by him.
Exit Darth Sidious and Darth Maul from beam.
Oft a double is a thing that one would wish. A double blessing is a boon indeed. A double meaning renders one word two. A double-edged sword may cut both ways. A double honor is a monarch's gift. But what is this when evil doubled is? 'Tis then that that one hath troubled doubled two.
The deal is done. The deal is one that we should have declined, for now we too are in a double bind.
Exit. Scene 2. Aboard the Naboo cruiser. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Sabe dressed as Queen Amidala, Captain Panaka, Padmé, and R2-D2.
The hero of our quick escape is here. This little droid, so well and deftly made, stands out it saves the ship and our own lives.
The droid shall have my royal commendation. What is the droidly number it doth bear?
'Tis R2-D2, Highness.
All our thanks and gratitude we bear to thee, good droid, thou brave and gallant R2-D2. Pray, Padmé, clean up this droid with all thy skill. It is deserving of what kindness we may proffer it.
Padmé and R2-D2 move aside, and she begins cleaning the droid.
Continue with thy briefing, Captain, please.
I call on Jedi Qui-Gon Jinn to speak.
Your Highness, with permission, we shall fly upon a planet small called Tatooine. It lieth in a system far beyond the Federation's harsh and grasping reach.
The Jedi's will and mine do not agree.
I prithee, trust my judgment, Highness. Let my wisdom make it proof by worthy deeds.
Exit Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Sabe, and Captain Panaka. Enter Jar Jar Binks.
Hello. Say, who Whosa are Yusa?
I'm Padmé, call it handmaid to the queen.
And Misa Jar Jar Binks, that's Misa.
Thou art a Gungan, art thou not? 'Tis true.
Oh, she is swift of mind, a Gungan. Ha! Her thoughts already label me as a brute.
How didst thou come to be on board with us?
And wherefore doth she ask? A ship, belike, is no place for a Gungan to be found. She would as soon we lurk in swamp and mire, not in precious folly-laden ship. But soft you, Jar Jar, give the girl your best. Me no know. Me dessa startin' so okie day with brisky morning on Dandy boomy and Misa scaredy, grabbing Jedi, and Fausa Misa with you hero. Now Misa getting very scaredy.
Indeed, this is the day for fear and doubt. It seems your cause and mine are well aligned.
Exit Jar Jar and Padmé. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Captain Panaka, and Rick Ollier in cockpit.
'Tis there, below, the planet Tatooine.
Our scope does show a settlement nearby.
Land now the ship beyond its boundary. I would not seek more notice than we need.
Exit Captain Panaka and Rick Ollier.
The generator of our hyperdrive is done and finished, Master. We shall need to make repair if we depart from here.
This is a complication to our plans. And there is more, I pray, beyond thy guard. I sense a great disturbance in the Force.
I feel it also, Master. 'Tis as if some evil is arising in our midst.
Be certain that thou no transmissions make. I shall go forth to find a hyperdrive. That shall suffice to make the ship's repair. Stay thou behind, Her Highness, to defend.
Exit Qui-Gon Jinn.
Now wherefore am I left to watch the ship, when I too am Jedi just as he? Nay, still my tongue. 'Tis not for me to guess at my wise master thoughts or criticize my master Qui-Gon is a powerful man, and hath been more than teacher unto me. Full fortunate am I, and well I know it, to be the man's apprentice. Many would consider such a post and master more than any Jedi should expect. Indeed, to be with Qui-Gon is to be well served. By the uncertain fiddle hand of fate I shall be dutiful till he come back, and keep the queen protected from attack.
Exit. Scene 3. On the planet Tatooine. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar Binks, and R2-D2.
Come, Jar Jar, let us find the settlement.
The sun is murder for me skinny.
Enter Captain Panaka and Padmé.
Kind sirs, a word. The queen doth wish for you to take her handmaiden along with you.
No more commands shall we obey today. Her Highness hath already had her fill. The spaceport we make expedition towards is not some royal court. It shall be rife with fearsome, base, and vicious characters. It is no place to bring a handmaiden.
The queen desires it. Curious is she about this planet and what lies hereon.
This is a course with which I disagree. A queen's desires not rational enough. Remain close at my side. I'll see thee safe.
Exit Captain Panaka as Qui-Gon, Padmé, Jar Jar, and R2-D2 walk toward the spaceport.
But know you of this land, this Tatooine? Who are its people? What is their employ?
There's modest moisture farmers in the main. Some tribes, indigenous, and scavengers. This spaceport such as this are haven to those who aren't lost and yet would not be found.
Indeed, your words describe our company.
Oh, this is very, very bad.
Let us seek out a smaller dealer here. More likely shall we then be unobserved.
Enter Watto.
Uditanoia, Jubadinaya.
Strange flying imp. I do require parts for a J-type 327 Nubian.
Aye, Nubian are strong, specifically. We have full many of those parts therein. Vidunkel, Nabadiunko.
My droid doth carry all the details technical.
Enter Anakin Skywalker.
Kunati Tokimalia Pidonki.
Itasa Chulbasa. My master asked what kept me, yet did I not come anon?
Shoot, Ganda Dowalia, Midwanan, but the boy shall watch this door. Whilst we discourse your needs. It be like depart outside the waits. I prithee, thither come with me, my friend.
Thou fool, touch nothing, lest thou mischief make.
Qui-Gon and Watto walk aside.
Though I am young and burdened by the shine of too much sunlight here on Tatooine, still I can tell the presence of a light for brighter than e'er I dreamed possible. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Excuse me this intrusion, madam, but are you by some celestial body sent? Did you make home beyond the galaxy, whence you did come to bless my little life?
What didst thou say?
Are you celestially born? Those pilots who do wander deep in space do tell of beings pure and undefiled. Such beauties in their aspect and their song that all who hear their music begin to weep and long to be forever in the sway of their most splendid, perfect melody. Methinks they live upon the moon Iago, and there they play their notes for all who pass.
Thou art a droll, audacious little boy. How comes this knowledge from such youthful lips?
I do but listen, train my ear toward the traders and the pilots who traverse this lonely planet. Truly, I do call myself a pilot too, and shall one day fly far beyond this planet's stifling reach.
Thou art a pilot?
Troth, for all the days I have upon this barren planet dwelled.
What is the number of those days thereon?
Oh, since I was a lad of but 3 years, my mother and myself were peddled to Gradula of the Hutt, who did but lose her new investment gambling o'er the pods.
Thou art a slave?
Oh, appellation dire! Pray, when you think of me, think not of a slave. Think not of that I am base-born, made to work. Think not of one who lives by harsh commands. Think not of one who destiny is controlled. Think rather of my worthy qualities. Think of my name, good lady, Anakin.
And so I shall hereafter. Pardon me, for I do not full understanding have of this strange place, which is still new to me.
Jar Jar touches a small droid, which begins to walk around and break things. Jar Jar seizes the droid.
Silly beast, strike it upon the nose.
Jar Jar touches the small droid's nose, and it collapses.
The generator for the hyperdrive for your T-14. Ah, methinks 'tis close. Fate smiles on you today. I am nearby the sole possessive of the needed part. You would do well to purchase some new ship, for mayhap it would be cheaper to do so. And since we do have money, start to speak, how shall you pay for this expensive part?
I have some 20,000 in my store. Dectares. The Republic's tender true.
Republic credits? You are misaligned. On Tatooine, your credits are no use.
I have nothing else, but credits shall suffice.
Nay, they shall not.
Aye, credits shall suffice.
Do you not compromise? Do you believe yourself to be a Jedi who with but a wave of your sly hand may change my mind? I'm a Toydarian, and proudly so. Your mind decapitations touch not me. 'Tis only money moves my cunning mind. No currency is but no parts. No parts is but no deal. No deal is noisome. Thus I shall depart unsatisfied from thee. And more, no other merchant can provide the hyperdrive for your failed T-14. Of that, good man, I give you conflagration.
Qui-Gon turns to leave, walking back toward Jar Jar, Padmé, and Anakin.
These droids enjoy more life than they are due, which is, to speak my strength, due to my skill.
We must depart. If it please you, follow on.
So quickly met and then so quickly lost.
'Twas well that I did meet thee, Anakin.
The joy was mine, good lady, fare you well. Oh, we must meet again, else my heart's lost.
Exit Watto and Anakin.
Good Obi-Wan, I bid thee, hear my words. Doth our small ship have aught the value in it?
We have some few containers with supplies, the Queen's exquisite wardrobe mayhap yet. 'Tis not so much as would better serve, not if you require a handsome sum.
'Tis well enough. A different result may from another quarter come ado.
Exit Obi-Wan.
Now other beings here Kawasi. Now we are still will be Wald and Quante.
It is unlikely sure what we should rob. We have no assets. Troubles are all we own.
I shall make some distraction for us here. Perchance from chaos, order may arise.
Walking past a cafe, Jar Jar strikes a piece of meat with his tongue as Qui-Gon, Padmé, and R2-D2 continue on. Enter Vendor and decide Sebulba.
No wanna woonga, tinga whoop.
Jar Jar releases the meat, which hits Sebulba. Sebulba moves to Jar Jar, striking him.
Julba nai.
Enter Anakin Skywalker.
My newfound friend needs help, else vile Sebulba shall do him some harm. I shall report this Gungan as someone of great import, and quick to anger too, thus he may live. Chesko Sebulba I, Chapurko Utman Gisa, Mitasa Ruda kan Papa Pichapachawa.
Nik me jawa wamo, makili ma kunki. Unoto wa shang wampi du bom bom.
Exit Sebulba and Vendor.
Oh, how roguish is this one. He saith he shall make my sure defeat when next we meet again, and would destroy me now. Would Watto, not a young slave, lose? His words I fear not, though he speaks them rough.
Qui-Gon, Padmé, and R2-D2 return.
Well met, my friends. Your odd companion was beset by trouble most severe, and would have forfeited his life, for nearly did he come to fisticuffs, e'en with a dog, a vicious one. Sebulba is his name.
Oh, Misa Het and Crunchy. Lisa de lasting Lisa wanting hero.
And yet the boy is right. Thou courtest trouble. With gratitude I thank thee, little friend.
But what? For Misa doing nothing.
Pray, come with me, and try these pallies here.
Anakin purchases a confection from a vendor.
I do accept, with thanks.
Whoa, but what is this? I spy as he doth turn aside his cloak. A Jedi weapon. I shall know more of it. A storm of sand arises soon, my liege. Do you have ample shelter from the squall?
We shall return on to our ship.
But is it far?
It's on the outskirts. Why?
Oh, just the turn of chance for which I hoped. An opportunity to see her more. You never shall the outskirts reach in time. Such storms on Tatooine may deadly be. Consider your fine party honored guests in my most humble home. 'Tis not too far.
Company makes its way to Anakin's house as the sandstorm begins to blow.
Fond mother dear, art thou herein?
Enters Shmi Skywalker.
Indeed, here I do stand.
These are my friends.
My name is Qui-Gon Jinn. Your son did kindly offer shelter here.
I spend my moments free within my room, engaged in such pursuits as droid design. Pray, thither come, and 3PO you'll meet.
Lead on, I follow.
Exit Qui-Gon, Shmi, and Jar Jar. Padmé, Anakin, and R2-D2 walk aside to his chamber. Anakin reveals C-3PO.
'Tis C-3PO. Is he not something wondrous to behold? The droid is not yet finished, but he is close.
Indeed, the droid is sign and testament to your vast skill and ingenuity.
Scan doth show the droid is finely made. In time, perchance, I'll know him better still.
He is a droid of protocol, designed to help my kindly mother in her work. Behold, and see him animate with life.
Anakin turns on C-3PO.
C-3PO am I, an expert in the human-cyborg link. How may I serve?
He is perfection, Anakin.
Am I?
When this dark storm subdueth, I shall show my racer unto you, for racing pods.
This floor may not entirely stable be. My greetings, for we've not been introduced. 'Tis R2-D2, I. A pleasure, sir. C-3PO am I, an expert in the human-cyborg link. I beg your pardon, droid. What do you mean when that you call me naked, impish one? My parts are all revealed. My parts are not so starkly bare as your impolitic assertion, naughty droid. My protocol is tested by this scene.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Sabe dressed as Queen Amidala, Captain Panaka, and Sio Bibble in beam on balcony.
Ooh, the Federation hath cut off supply of food until you make your return, and more. The death toll hath been catastrophic here. Conform unto their wishes, Highness, please, and contact me anon, ere more are dead.
Exit Sio Bibble from beam.
'Tis but a ruse, your highness. Take no mind. Send no reply. Transmissions make ye none.
Exit Sabe and Captain Panaka from balcony.
Good master. Message comes from small Naboo, and of their situation makes report.
It sounded like some bait, through which by trick the Federation may soon trace us here.
What if he speak us verily indeed? What shall we do if people perish here?
In either case, the sands of time run out.
Exit Obi-Wan from balcony. Enter Padmé, Anakin Skywalker, Shmi Skywalker, Jar Jar Binks, and R2-D2.
I bid ye sit, and together we'll sup.
With thanks, we shall share your table happily. I prithee, tell me of your life as a slave.
All slaves are fit with small transmitters, which within our bodies hidden do reside.
I seek to build a scanner to find mine.
If then a slave doth try to make escape,
that slave shall make a frightful final flight. Boom!
'Tis difficult to think that slavery doth still exist within the galaxy. The good republic hath such laws as should.
Yet your republic is but not out here. On Tatooine we must survive by wits.
Jar Jar snatches a piece of fruit with his tongue, eats it, and belches.
Pardon me, excuse me.
So, has anyone of you seen a pod race scene?
They have pod racing on Malastare. 'Tis dangerous, 'tis fast and furious.
Methinks I am the only human lone who can do it.
Thou must have Jedi reflexes, if so.
Jar Jar attempts to snatch another piece of fruit, and Qui-Gon catches his tongue.
Thou must have... Cease thou this rude and unbecoming act.
You are a Jedi Knight. Is not this true?
Why wouldst thou think a thing like this, young lad?
I saw your sword betwitched with laser beam. None but the Jedi wield such rare defense.
Perhaps I slew a Jedi and then took it.
It is not so, for I believe no one has power enough a Jedi for to slay.
Oh, I wish that such a thing were true.
I dreamed once long ago that I, even I, had trained to be a Jedi, then returned to Tatooine to liberate each slave. 'Twas but a dream yet. Oh, how sweet its touch. Have you, good sir, come to deliver us?
Nay, nay. Unfortunately, I have not.
Yea, you say 'tis so, and yet I think you wrong. I do believe you have come bearing freedom. For wherefore else fly here to Tatooine?
'Tis plain to me that we will not be the fool, young Anakin. We go to Coruscant, the central system of the Republic, on an enterprise of great pith and moment.
How thither came your company, into the outer rim?
Our ship was damaged, and we are stranded till we make repair.
For certain, I shall lend you aid, for I am skilled and can fix any broken thing.
Indeed, I verily believe thou canst. But first we must acquire the parts we need.
We no got nothing more trady.
These refuse dealers must some weakness have.
'Tis gambling. All the commerce here doth spin in shaky orbit round the sun of one of those most awful, frightful races in the pods.
Pod racing, eh? Oh, greed and allies strong may be. Mayhap 'tis something we can use.
I built a racer. I, the fastest ever. A pod race happens on the morrow, Enon Banta Eve. My pod may be your wager.
Peace, Anakin. Thou knowest Watto shall not let thee enter any race.
He knoweth not that I have built the thing. You, Qui-Gon, may make him think it is yours, convincing him to let me pilot it.
I shall not see it. I die when thou dost race. Say, wilt thou slay a mother's heart again?
Yet, mother, 'tis what I do love to do. The money to be made upon the course would more than pay for parts of which they've need.
Hi, Anakin.
Thy mother hath the right. Tell me, I pray, there is none friendly to Republic's cause who'd rise, lend us aid?
Alas, there's none. Not on Tatooine.
Sweet mother, hear my words and know my heart. My love for you is vast beyond compare. You know that I love not so well as you. 'Tis you who taught me this. Our universe is massive, infinite. The trouble, though, begins because no one shall help the other. Of universe of beings, and each one is too uncaring or afraid to stretch their arms out wide and proffer helping hands. Shall we, in this grim moment of their need, do just as others do and turn our backs?
In troth, I know that Qui-Gon willingly would not put thy sweet son in danger's way. Another path we somehow shall seek out.
The boy is right. There is no other way. What I desire is not the utmost here. He may assist you in the race. Indeed, it seemeth he was meant to meet thy need.
Scene 4 on the planet Coruscant. Jedi fret to find their part, new enemies do move to work them woe. The Sith hath come with evil in his heart, equipped with might to rise against his foe, replete with thoughts dark and insidious. The Sith, Darth Sidious, doth plan his move. He, with Darth Maul, apprentice hideous, expects they shall their obstacles remove. So come they now, these men of vice and fear, illicitly to make all bend the knee, till they have the power which they hold so dear, helped by this rumor through the galaxy. Enter Darth Sidious and Darth Maul.
The planet Tatooine hath settlements but few and far between. Thus, if the trace hath done its work, I shall find them anon, good master.
Move against the Jedi first. That done, the Queen thou shalt with ease convinced to sign the treaty back in small Naboo.
At last we shall reveal ourselves unto the over-certain pompous Jedi. At last, forsooth, we shall see our revenge.
Thou hast been trained well, apprentice mine. They shall in no wise be a match for thee.
Exit Darth Sidious.
What seeds of bitterness the Jedi sow by their ambition and their errant pride. Darth Sidious is God, and to his law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom, and thus let the curiosities of galaxies deprive me, for that I am some 12 deeds lag of some honor? Why Sith? Wherefore base? The path of shadows is my chosen way, and who shall call me villain for the choice? If 'tis some villainy to search for power, if 'tis a sin to sing the dark side's praise, if 'tis an evil striving against the wrong, if this is so, a Sith may be called base. My master, with all readiness I serve, that I may aid the downfall of the vile, contemptible, and tiresome Jedi Council. A Sith I'll be, and to my master sworn, and face the Jedi with mine utmost scorn.
Exit Darth Maul. Scene 5 on the planet Tatooine. Enter Padmé.
How shall I silent be with this fool plan? A queen and her handmaiden should speak out. A queen e'en her handmaiden may object. A queen, I too, her handmaiden, must balk at this idea that hath no merit to it. And shall this maiden play her hands as twere the queen herself, who doth her wishes speak?
Enter Qui-Gon Jinn.
Are you convinced 'tis wise to trust this fate that weaves for us a boy we hardly know? The queen would not approve if she were here.
'Tis fortunate for us, she shall not know.
Yet neither doth my maiden's heart approve.
Exit Padmé. Enter Watto and Anakin Skywalker.
The boy doth say that you would speckle him to race. How can you do this thing? Say how. Methinks not with Republic credits, huh?
My ship, the Nubian. It shall be my fee.
'Tis well, 'tis well.
The ship will be attired, but for the parts for which I have need.
And what do you propose the boy would ride? For he did smash my pod in the last race. Methinks he hath not time to make repair.
In troth, 'tis not my fault. Sububble flashed me with his vents. I saved the pod, well, most.
Aye, this is true. The boy is deeply skilled.
Within a rough cantina close nearby, I gained a pod playing a games of chance. It is the fastest ever built, they say.
I hope you killed no one I know for it. Toydarians treat homophones with care. Yet if you do speak true, you here propose to offer up the pod and the entry fee, whilst I supply the boy. If then we win, you shall have half and I the other, yea?
If I supply 2 things, but thou but 1, and still we split the winnings by their halves, I must have some assurance. You, my friend, shall first provide the entry fee in cash. Then if we win, you keep the money. But for those parts I need. And should we lose, you keep my ship. In either case, you win.
The deal is yours, and may we have success.
Exit Qui-Gon.
Yo buona pihota, Mindia, eh?
Exit Watto and Anakin. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, speaking into communicator to Obi-Wan Kenobi, who enters above on balcony.
But what if this plan doth not succeed aright? It may be eons till we leave this place.
To call for help is far too dangerous, and yet a ship sans power shall not release us from the barren planet, Tatooine. Moreover, there is something in this boy I would discover ere we do depart.
Exit Obi-Wan from balcony. Enter Shmi Skywalker.
Gideon.
Gideon, thou shouldest be proud of thy young son. He gives no thought of reward.
He knows no greed. He hath, how shall I say it?
He hath a power most profound. 'Tis true.
Aye.
He doth see things, they do transpire. 'Tis why the speed of his reflexes seems so swift. It is a Jedi quality.
He doth deserve more than a slaving life.
Had he been born under the Republic skies, he would have been identified when young, and then become a Jedi. Yea, the Force is strong with him indeed, 'tis passing strong. Who prithee was the father to the boy?
Alas, I do not know. Mistake me not. View not this tale of mine with mistrust, ere you have heard it all. There was no father. My boy is mine. I carried him until arrived the very moment of his birth. Raised I the babe unto the lad, and yet I still cannot explain how he did come. And now, shall I ask you, can you help him?
I do not know. In troth, I did not come to Tatooine to liberate its slaves.
Enter Anakin Skywalker, Padmé, Jar Jar Binks, R2-D2, C-3PO, Kitster, Seek, Amy, and Wald, working on Anakin's pod racer.
Veritable astro droid, how art thou ever so fortunate, O Anakin?
That's better still shall come. The Boonta race shall be my playground on the morrow.
With this most scrap-infested heap of bones?
Na Jasko Joka, Anakin, ho ho!
Thou hast worked on the pod racer for years. It never shall give thou the speed thou needest.
Come, let's be gone into the other sport. If he keeps on, he will soon smash the bee.
Exit Wald, Amy, and Seek.
I bid thee, Jar Jar, keep thy distance from the binders of vast energy thereon. Shouldst thou e'en get a finger caught within, thou shalt for hours bear with its numbing pain.
The little master doth instruct me right, yet so that he shall think me quite unwise, I'll risk a moment in the binder's beam.
Jar Jar bends down, catching his mouth in the energy binders.
My tongue is so rabbit-y.
I find the creature Jar Jar rather odd.
Yet who is older, 3PO?
Here, Anakin, how canst be sure 'twill win?
Have faith, good friend. The pod shall serve us well.
The time hath come to test the surety. Behold, a power source that thou mayest use.
Forsooth, I shall, in every good thing.
The Gungan now is caught in the afterburner. I shall release him now, the silly fool.
Padmé moves to free Jar Jar as Anakin starts the pod racer.
Indeed, the beast is odd beyond degree.
Now rise, you swift pod racer, rise and fly! It comes to life beneath its master's touch. The sweet machine doth work, it shall succeed, and with it, every hope that's in our hearts!
Exit Padmé, Jar Jar, Shmi, R2-D2, and C-3PO in mirth.
In excellent attesting of the pod, young Anakin. Yet now I see thou hast been hurt, a scratch from thy wild metal beast. I bid thee, sit thou here, I'll mend it. Anakin, come here.
Ah, behold the stars above, so numerous, so brightly do they shine upon the world that I can almost see my future by them. Do all have planetary systems, sir?
Belike near all the stars have planets too.
Has e'er there been a voyager who hath made journey unto each and every one?
Nay, nay.
In that I shall be primary, should fate weave me away from this bleak place.
Qui-Gon takes a small sample of Anakin's blood as he finishes the bandage.
Ah.
See, thou art whole again. Now off to bed.
What are your good intentions for my blood?
Not but to see thou hast infections none. And now I prithee, take thy needed rest. Tomorrow is a vital day for thee.
Okay.
I bid thee, Obi-Wan. Out art thou about?
Oh, yeah, shit.
Obi-Wan.
Sure, see, what? What?
Are you there?
Yes.
Well, make thou a keen analysis of this blood sample I send thee in now.
It shall be completed upon the instant.
The count of midichlorians I need.
What strange monstrosity is this I see? What cunning twist of nature's pure design? I ne'er encountered as much this before. A count of midichlorians so vast, surpassing 20,000. Oh, 'tis dire! 'Tis past all reckoning and past all sense. What creature can be that fate hath wrought to be so strong and powerful as this? Is it the boy? What wonder bethink his count higher than that of Yoda's is?
No Jedi hath a count as high as that.
Oh, master, tell me then, what doth it mean?
I do not know. So many things today have been beyond my understanding that I know not what the sum of them shall be.
Exit Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan from balcony. Enter Darth Maul.
Here on the planet Tatooine, I've come to seek the Jedi and the errant queen. The glory of her capture and their deaths is expectant sweet unto my soul.
Darth Maul sends out probes to search for the droid or Jedi.
Go forth, discerning probes, and seek them out. Of my sure victory, I have no doubt.
Exit. Scene 6. The pod racing grounds at Mos Espa on the planet Tatooine. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Jar Jar Binks, and Watto.
Would your spaceship see the moment this fast race hath been completed? Understand?
Pray, patience. bluish friend, thy winnings shall be thine before the double sun has set, and we shall be far gone from this grim place.
Unless your ship doth then belong to me. I warn you, ply no trickstery on me.
Thou thinkest Anakin shall not prevail?
Mistake me not, the boy is talented, and in him I've a wealth of confidence. The boy indeed is a credit to your race.
'Tis e'er a double-sided compliment.
And yet methinks Sibulva shall be first.
Oh, where dost thou think it shall be so?
It is but the odds. Sibulva ever wins. In expedition of his victory, I've wagered all my riches. He'll not fail.
Thy wager shall be mine if thou doth wish to wager more with assets than with words.
Eh?
I shall wager my new racing pod against the boy, and his kind mother too. If thou dost win, thou hast the pod racer. If I do win, their lives are in my hand.
You jest. No pod hath equal worth as two hard-working, loyal human slaves.
Thou hast a right. Thus wager but the boy.
We shall let that old weaver fate decide. A chance cube doth reside within my pouch. If blue it appears, you'll have to get it out for me too, I'm flapping my wings. Blue appears, your sky is clear, the boy. But if red shows, the other goes, his mother.
Watto throws the chance cube. Qui-Gon uses the Force to make it land on blue.
You have prevailed in this, Outlander, aye, but shall not win the race. Thus little doth this wager make a whit of diffidence.
Enter Anakin Skywalker, Padmé, Shmi Skywalker, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Kitster.
Oh, fie. Bonapakisa patiso, Buki Chanaga o wanamiki topa de.
Exit Watto.
Your friend here should cease his betting, lest anon I own him too. What's meaning in these enigmatic words?
I shall tell thee another time. Good morn.
Space travel soundeth perilous indeed. I tell thee true, they never shall convince me to embark upon a starship. Nay, were droids supposed to fly, the maker surely would have given us wings to do so. Nay, no flyer I.
Oh, Anakin, 'tis wondrous thou shalt race. I have ever confidence in thy success, and certain am now shalt do it this time.
I pray, what feat shall Anakin perform?
To finish the race.
Thou hast never won a race?
'Tis possible, and there have done so, nay.
Yet finished e'en the course?
Good Kitster hath foreseen aright, my lady. This shall be the day I see the end of the pod race.
Aye, so fear I.
Thou wilt have swift success. Now go ye hence and prepare. The race begins.
Exit Anakin, Padmé, Jar Jar, Shmi, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Kitster.
O Force, in battle steel this soldier's heart. Give unto Anakin the strength he doth require to make a godly run today. Our hopes all rest upon this worthy lad, who in time but worth hath made his mark, upon our story, yea, upon our souls. Whate'er befalls our fate is now with his one and the same. Fast, tethered life to life. Thus rise, O Force, and be his constant stay. When he doth ride, make his reflexes swift. When he meets obstacles, guide then his hand. When he doth need quick thinking, be his mind. When he is challenged, swell his bravery. And in the end, grant him and us success. If the Republic would have justice done, this boy shall be the linchpin of that cause. If he doth win today, we fix the ship. The ship then being fixed, we fly from here. We fly and make our way to the Coruscant. In Coruscant, we tell the crimes of trade. The crimes then told, the Federation falls. The Federation down, 'tis justice done. And doth begin today with the contents. This crucial pod race shall prove bust or best.
Exit. Act 3. Scene 1. The pod racing track at Mos Espa on the planet Tatooine. Enter Anakin Skywalker.
How all occasions do inform toward me to spur my action here. The Jedi comes of all the junk shops in all towns and all of Tatooine. He walketh into mind. Yea, enters he unto my simple life. Upon the instant my machine's complete. My pod racer is ready for the nonce as though 'twere fortune's hand that crafted it. Now lies their fate, and mayhap mine as well, upon the skill with which I race today. Be with me, brave gone souls of slaves who passed before me, those who worked and sweated for another's gain. Ancestors mine, be here, oh, make me quick in my maneuvering, and strong in my resolve and my control, and brave to face those who would do me wrong. I ride with what I am, and as I may, I ride, and in the end, it must suffice.
Enter Sebulba and other pod racers below, preparing to race and waving to the crowd, with Qui-Gon Jinn, Shmi Skywalker, Jar Jar Banks, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Kitster coming to help. Or helping help Anakin. Enter Foden Bede, a two-headed creature, commentating aside.
Mi chakula de bunta magi, das usa azula bada pod races. Indeed, the sun doth shine and all is calm for this year's Bunta Classic. Crowds arrive for all the far-flung territories of the Outer Rim. Behold, contestants gain to make their preparation on the grid, where our great race commenceth. See them now, familiar in our mouths as household words. Then Quadraneros, pod racer of Tun, Gasango, who hath from Tokarin come, the two-time champion, and he, Boles Ruhr, the reigning winner, Swift Sebulba of the city Palixto, and the one considered favorite to win today. Shall favor smile upon the favorite? Next, in the front, by the pole position near, is Mahonic, he of third eye sight. And greetings too to Clegg Holdfast and his sharp Voltec KT9 Wasp pod racer. Returning to the arena is Dud Bolt with the Volturine 327, it of marvelous construction and design. Behold, one who hath fervent hopes today. Odie Mandrell with Droid Pit team that hath established standards new for skill and speed. And last, one lately come into the fray, young Anakin Skywalker, young lad. The standards in procession are displayed as all anticipate the starting sign.
A procession is held with C-3PO carrying a canopy.
Oh, Anakin, I bid thee be thou safe.
Thy words, sweet mother, are like balm to me. Thus, hear my dutiful response. I shall in every turn attempt to keep me safe.
Exit Shmi. Sebulba aside breaks a part of Anakin's pod racer.
Uh-oh. Ha-ha. Bazda wanta shag, dobelnok, yokka to panta pud.
Chaskruni de pat, Slimo.
Exit Sebulba.
He doth say this race shall be see the end of me, but nay, methinks that I shall see the end of it.
Art thou prepared, Anakin?
Forsooth.
Then I shall lift thee in as thou lift us.
Qui-Gon lifts Anakin into his pod racer.
I prithee, do remember these few things. Fear not, but concentrate upon the moment. Be mindful of thy feelings, not thy thoughts, and utilize that instincts that thou dost have.
Kind sir, I thank thee, and shall these obey.
The Force be always with thee, brilliant boy.
Exit Qui-Gon and Jar Jar as Anakin dons his helmet.
See Jabba here to start our glorious race. O grandido lust imu untane paren on Jabba Hutt.
Enter Jabba of the Hutt aside.
Kachibunki mada hodruda do wundina. Kabaza kundi hodruda. Oh.
Yapawa choco de rondi haza. With Jabba's speech, the race may now commence. The power couplings are engaged, whilst all do fleet in the grid. The race begins anon.
Exit Jabba. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Padmé, Jar Jar Binks, and Shmi Skywalker above on balconies spectating.
Are all his nerves beset with fear and angst?
Methinks he shall do well. Be not afeard.
You Jedi have an undue recklessness. The Queen shall not.
Nay, handmaiden, be still. Presume thou not speak for thy great queen. She trusts my judgment, e'en as thou shouldest do.
Thou dost assume too much with pride too great.
Pod racers all, give fire unto your engines.
Oh, listen, be messy. Me no watch.
Courtiers play a fanfare signaling the start of the pod race. The pod racers fly off, exiting, except Anakin Skywalker and Ben Quadineros.
Ah, alack, so swift begun and swiftly stopped. The others fly while I am here assailed. My engine runneth down. What foul mischance!
Ah, look, small Skywalker hath stalled at once.
Oh, Anakin, be gone. Take wing and fly.
Field flies, far beyond me. Gone. Fly! Fly!
Ben Quadineros hath some trouble too.
Oh, the systems now respond. 'Tis not too late. Go, vessel swift, and help us reach the goal!
Anakin's pod racer flies off. Exit Anakin.
Skywalker hath let fly at last. He goes. We think he'll find difficult indeed to match the others' speed and take the lead.
I bid thee mark the race and bring us news.
Exit Padmé and Jar Jar.
My lady, do not fear. All shall be well, for verily the boy's a pilot skilled. He knoweth well the import of this race, and I believe he shall not fail our hopes.
Enter Jar Jar Binks.
The Baranaki Mahonic, ooh, he downy on the ground, he hurts her.
And what of Anakin? Hast thou seen him?
He's still a coming from behind me. They coming to the canyon soony.
Exit Jar Jar Binks.
The canyon putteth all them betwixt a formidable rock and a hard place.
Enter Padmé.
He pulls ahead with speed superior. Whose farthest back he passeth easily, mayhap the lad may still the leaders catch. They disappeared unto the dark-filled cave, some other pod and Anakin withal. Upon the other side did Anakin come forth, yet not the other. Maybe he some misadventure in the tunnel had.
I bid thee thanks for this complete report.
Exit Padmé.
He still doth live. Thus far, it is enough.
Some Tusken Raiders are positioned on the canyon dune turn, there to fire upon the hapless racers.
Hey, may they do this?
E'en if they may not, seemeth if they will.
Ben Quadineros' pod racer bursts into flame and breaks into pieces.
The last to start is now the first whose finish. Ben Quadineros' power coupling fails. Contenders in the rank now lack by one.
Enter Sebulba and other pod racers on one side. All fly through and quickly exit except Odi Mandrell, who stops to make repairs to his pod racer.
Juba de Nichis, Sebulba in the lead. Odi Mandrell kun wuna wunda dong. His droid pit team is slow to make repairs, and what's this we behold? One droid is pulled into the engine and his pod destroyed.
I wonder if C-3PO...
Where is Master Anakin?
Oh, look now, he comes in on. Oh, Anakin.
Young Skywalker advanceth in the field.
Enter Anakin Skywalker and other pod racers on one side, flying through and quickly exiting.
Exciting 'tis, but not all's won. Let us not spend our eagerness too soon.
Oh, 2 more revolutions he must make. Oh dear, I fear 'tis too many. Trough.
Enter Jar Jar Binks.
What news canst share? Hath he yet passed more?
The bad Gasag no stay in fronty. No letty Anakin go passy. And then they both roared the kitty Annie, but he just flip and pass him over.
Your words do testify unto his skill.
Exit Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, hear my plea, you fates and fortunes all. Let not my boy meet his untimely end upon this field where injury and death so speedily consume where they wish. He is not made for crushing done in haste. He'd not be broken down by rapidity. He should not in a hurry meet his end. He doth deserve a life at his own pace. Instead, let him return for all that shall occur in his most strange and charmed life. These strangers to his future hold the key. 'Tis plain to me, though 'tis unknown as yet. Thus give him all success for their fond hopes. Yet even more my heart's entreaty is, bring him yet safely back into my arms that I may tell him of his mother's love.
Enter Padmé.
More news. Sebulba plied his trickery upon a racer which did make him crash. The fragments of his pod racer ran swift past Anakin. Indeed, I thought him gone, for none could those projectiles large avoid. Yet I was wrong. The boy did make escape and started to draw nearer to the front.
This is wonderful.
Nay, I have not told all. As he approached, his cockpit disengaged from one of his 2 engines. This did throw his pod into some disarray. The last that I did see ere hither I returned, he had not set his errant pod aright.
Skywalker spinneth wildly, sans control.
Go quickly, handmaiden. See what befalls.
Exit Padmé.
This lad is clever, madam, and shall make this problem into opportunity. Pray, mark my words. His instincts shall not fail.
Enter Jar Jar Binks.
Be not afraid, he's okay. The little Anakin, did you see our magnet? Wow, so powerful. He pulley line back to his sulfur, then reconnect the thing and fix it. Then back he go into the canyon.
Thank every mercy that my son is safe. Full many thanks, sweet Jar Jar, for this news.
Now, thither go again, to see what's next.
Mayhap he should go see it for himself. Am I his scratching post and eyesight both? But soft now, Jar Jar, all is for the good. This boy indeed shall fashion our next steps.
Exit Jar Jar.
Ooh, at last, I care not where thou hailest from. Such crash shall put thee in a wretched state.
What's this of crash? What doth that creature mean?
Indeed, I do not know. Belike our true and loyal messengers shall tell us all.
It is the knowing not that maketh me so ache with fear and anguish for my boy.
Enter Padmé.
What now? What news? We heard tell of some crash.
'Twas not our Anakin. The Tuscans had once more struck from the heights, and with their guns did shoot down yet another luckless pod. By all that's marvelous, the lad still flies, and ever nearer to Sebulba draws.
Enter Jar Jar Binks.
Behold! Is Anakin! Ow!
Enter Sebulba, Anakin Skywalker, and other pod racers on one side, flying through and quickly exiting.
Against all expectation as the lap, yea, in the final lap commenceth, 'tis Sebulba in the front with Skywalker near to his heels and biting at his lead.
Fly, swift Anakin, and make me proud.
Pray do not say the word, Qui-Gon. We go to eagerly behold the final act.
Exit Padmé and Jar Jar Binks.
I said so ere this, winsome lady, and declare once more, I sense the boy shall win. And when he doth prevail, we shall behold the swift fulfillment of our mighty hope.
Your solace is most reassuring, sir, yet I maintain a mother's sole concern is for the son and not the broader cause.
Young Skywalker is forced to ride upon the service ramp. The unfortunate this turn.
First down, then up, and next in danger great. This racing of the pods is made for souls much braver, more courageous than myself.
Enter Padmé.
How now? Art back so soon?
'Tis pain to observe with what abusive knocks Sebulba drives the boy aside e'en to the limit of his path. 'Twas nearly more than I could bear. As Anakin was forced far off course, it seemed Sebulba had the lead secure, and nothing could disrupt his triumph sure. Yet even then, all was not lost in truth. Another startling turn had fate to make, like some astounding phoenix rising from the ashes where it recently did burn. The boy comes swooping o'er the enemy, and in a blaze of fire doth fly ahead.
What can this mean?
Hear, madam, and believe, the boy hath taken the lead.
Can it be? I am almost more shaken by this news that he could win than when I did believe he had but little chance.
Is Skywalker! A swift control thrust put him on the track. Such flying we have not seen for ages. Zounds!
Enter Jar Jar Binks.
This pod racer is breaky!
What's this? I prithee go and see again.
Exit Padmé.
Now 'tis some trouble for small Skywalker. Sebulba hath again reclaimed the front.
He bats the Sebulba come behind ye, he sneaky up and he scaredy. Then did a part fall off his shippy, there lots of smoke, Sebulba coughing, but then Sebulba zoom in fronty. Oh, Misa cannot take it now.
Divulge yourself, most honored noble force. Be seen by every soul that gathers here to watch the pods fly o'er this desert course. Show them the power that the fort doth give. E'en to a lowly youth as Anakin, display the wisdom and experience that one is heir to in the force's sway. Reveal how weak are those who nothing know, and your astonishing and awesome strength. Make it known here in the sight of this large crowd that none succeed who do not know your name.
Enter Padmé.
Another turn upon another turn.
Glad again doth chase the Baba's tail, and nearly hath him overtaken him. O Inca Bunga! Mad the human small most certain be to make such desperate maneuvers. Bunda ta bunda! E'en now there are two side by side. Bangu de bang!
The double man speaks true. Our Anakin had lost his engine, nearly did he wreck, yet managed he to bring it back online. As they tore through the canyon, Anakin gave chase until he ran not far behind. Then with a valor well beyond his years, drew he aside Sebulba and did hook the Dug's fleet pod so that they rode as one. At last, when Anakin had all arranged, he dove his vessel forward, which did blow Sebulba's pod into 1,000 parts, a whining and a crying in the sand. Sebulba is defeated. I expect the swift return of Andy's pod anon.
Oh, thank the Force.
Past expectation, this.
Enter Anakin Skywalker, crossing the finish line in triumph.
Oh, merry day! Mine eyes had not believed it possible.
Exit Qui-Gon, Shmi, Padmé, and Jar Jar from balcony.
How in all joy and frenzied mirth do greet this unexpected wondrous champion. The cheer that rises from the thousands here is more than we have heard in all our days.
Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Shmi Skywalker, Padmé, and Jar Jar Binks to welcome Anakin.
Yay, Anakin! Clever boy!
Oh, mother, didst thou see? I am prevailed!
What marvelous accomplishment, bright star of Tatooine. Thou makest me most proud. The Force was present with thee here, forsooth.
We owe to thee our boundless gratitude. When we looked for a hero, thou didst come.
Fine lady, if I did but make you glad, then every nervous turn was worth its pain.
Now, pardon, I must seek old Watto out and claim from him our wages justly earned.
Exit Qui-Gon Jinn, Padmé, Jar Jar Binks, Fode and Bede, R2-D2, C-3PO, Kitster, Pod Racers, and crowd.
Thou hast no need to worry, mother mine. Thy boy is safe, is here, and he is thine.
Shmi takes Anakin in her arms, singing.
Shall I make merry, oh, shall I make mirth? Thee I did love since the instant of thy birth. To see thee win is unto my heart gain. Yet I still fear and sense some future pain. Heart cracks a mother's heart. Shall I make merry, oh, shall I make mirth? Today thou hast proved thy most ample worth. Thou showest scores of strength to everyone, and by the showing shall I lose a son. Hark, cracks a mother's heart. Shall I make merry, oh, shall I make mirth? Though quiet moments have our lives a dearth. The visitors who come are noble men, yet when they go shall I know peace again. Heart cracks a mother's heart.
Exit. Scene 2. On the planet Tatooine. Enter Qui-Gon Jinn and Watto.
You vile dissembler, cheat and villain rank. Somehow I have been a swindle in your deal. You knew, by magic most unnational, the boy would find the will to win the race. My fortune hath been most unfortunate, and all that I did think to win, I've lost. And yet, oh, that's not
Yet the sport is gambling. It's okay. Called for there is e'er the chance that one shall sorely lose. When one doth walk ere near their inferno's edge, one must expect to burn from time to time. Now to our business. Bring thou the parts unto the hangar where I'll make my claim. Thereafter I shall visit thy small shop, that thou may to my care release the boy.
Nay, I shall never let you take him hence. A wager's mollified when one doth cheat.
Mayhap thou wouldst prefer to talk it over within the court and justice of the huts. I have no doubt they would take merriment in proffering in a settlement twixt us. I would delight to witness Jabba's face as thou explainest thine absurd complaint.
This mention of the huts destroys my case. If forsooth the boy is yours, both be accursed.
Is it Watto? Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi.
We have needed the parts to take our flight, and may this abject settlement depart. Yet first must I go hither to complete a vital matter. I shall not be long.
Say, wherefore do I seems that we shall add another wretched life form to our group?
It is the boy who hath made it possible for our flight beyond this planet desolate. Now our responsibility is to him. Our path becometh his path. Obi-Wan, install the hyperdrive with all good haste, that we may fly the moment I return.
Qui-Gon walks aside. Obi-Wan begins to exit.
What news is this that comes from Master Qui-Gon? The 4 who left shall now be 5? We shall be acquired of a hyperdrive as the acquisition comes a boy as well? What strange part shops have they on Tatooine that do include a lad with every sale? Tis double dealing to an extreme.
Exit Obi-Wan.
Pray, madam, and young Anakin, come forth.
Enter Anakin Skywalker and Shmi Skywalker.
What is it, sir?
Well, first, I must render to thee what is due, the money for thy pod.
Qui-Gon gives the money to Anakin, who gives it to Shmi.
Ah, behold, sweet mother, wealth we'd ne'er have known.
'Tis wonderful beyond expectancy.
Yet I shall render a greater prize, thy freedom thou obtained in thy pod race. I say again, young Anakin, thou art free.
Mine ears do play me tricks? What did you say?
No longer art thou a slave to anyone.
Hast heard, dear mother? Freedom now is mine.
There's naught shall hold thee back now, cherished child. Thou art a free man, free at last to dream and make thy dreams into reality. It is a privilege thou shouldst embrace. With all my heart, I beg you, take him hence, deliver him from this cruel life we lead, and make him yet a Jedi like yourself.
That wish is mine as well, and I believe 'twas no coincidence that we 3 did meet. The Force knows not of accident nor chance, but wisely guides our footfalls one by one.
Then I shall fly within your starship, sir?
I bid thee understand now, Anakin. To be a Jedi is not an easy path. The training is a task that few endure, a challenge to the mind, heart, and soul. Even if thou dost in training find success, 'tis but the prelude to a life most rare and rife with difficulties sans compare.
Yet 'tis a life I wish for, have wished for. My mind is settled. I shall go with you. Oh, mother mine, just give me leave to go.
Oh, my son, 'tis not my place to give or take. This path is set before thee, thou alone. The choice, therefore, lies not within me, but thee. Dost thou choose to depart? What is thy will? Know this, no choice that thou canst make herein shall alter my unending love for thee.
Then I shall go. It is mine earnest wish.
Go then, and swift thy preparations make.
Hurrah! Yet, wait, what's at this that comes to me? A thought o'er which I'd not reflected yet. What of my mother? May she also come?
There is no use in hiding the truth from thee. I did attempt to free her, Anakin. I tried as well as I could, but Watto did refuse to let your mother come with all.
And yet thou shalt come with us, mother, yea?
My place is here. My future here as well. The time hath come for thou to just let go. This change shall do thee well. Be not afeard.
Why do we worship at the shrine of change? Hath change e'er put a meal upon our board? Is change a thing to be devoutly wished? Doth change betoken something positive? Or may it be that change for changing's sake, but change is good to evil, bad to worse?
Yet change cannot be stopped, unless thou would stop the sun from setting or stop death itself.
Well, how shall a heart be whole that's rent in twain? What that I could be two instead of one, both boy who doth remain with mother true, and man who shall become a Jedi Knight. I cannot be a man by staying here. Therefore, I'll be a boy who takes his leave.
Go with my love, my heart, my joy, my life.
Anakin walks aside to his chamber where C-3PO sits, turned off.
I thank you, even though it is difficult.
I shall look after him. Thou hast my word. Wilt thou be well?
As well as I can be.
Thou knowest I do hope how much I wish we could take thee withal. Some part of me remaineth here with thee on Tatooine.
Indeed, I know. In taking my sweet boy, you take with you my heart, and it is yours. Pray, treat it well.
'Twill be my life's pursuit. And now farewell, dear lady. Be at peace.
Anakin turns on C-3PO.
Awake again. Good Master Anakin. I stand ready at your service, sir.
C-3PO, I have been freed today, and presently must take my leave from thee. I shall by starship fly from Tatooine.
I wish you well, my maker, master, both. Yet I would wish to be complete ere you depart for stars and systems still unknown.
I beg thy pardon, 3PO, for I have not the time to finish thee or give thee all the coverings thou dost deserve. I'll miss the time I spend constructing thee, and e'en though thou art a droid, thou wert a friend. I shall entreat my mother not to sell thee.
Alack, to sell me?
Now, adieu.
Oh my.
Exit C-3PO. Anakin returns to Shmi and embraces her.
I cannot part from thee, my mother, nay.
Oh, Anakin, have courage and endure.
Oh, thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
What is the whisper of thy heart, dear one?
I don't know. I hope so. I say,
If thou dost say it, truly shall it be. Keep me within thy heart until that time.
shall return and grant your freedom too. This is my promise and my solemn vow.
Now go, my son, and look not backward. Yea, I bid thee, keep thine eyes e'er forward turned. Now look not backward.
Exit Anakin.
Agony most rare. With every yearning of this mother's will, I would both let him go and keep him here. Two desires make duel in me still. The selfish one would keep him for mine own. The better one would see him go, be free. That better part hath power o'er my tongue, whilst cries the selfish part within my soul. For one, this is a mother's proudest time. For the other, 'tis the height of pain and grief. Such gain, such loss, such blessings, and such burthen beyond all measure, anguish, joy, and fear. Was ever mother fortunate as I? Was ever mother desolate as I? Oh, fate, go with these two who leave me now, the man and boy. Nay, rather 'tis two men, one young, one older, yet both are men. This is my solace. I did raise the boy, did give him all I could whilst he was mine. And now, as a young man, the bird shall fly. Thus shall my tears turn into a healing balm, and sighs of sorrow turn to breath of life. Goodbye, mine Anakin, mine only son. My life is whole, since thine hath just begun.
Exit. Scene 3. On the planet Tatooine. Darth Maul.
The Jedi's whereabouts my droids have found, and I shall make my strike on them anon. I see them now. The older Jedi comes with the boy of little consequence behind. I'll make my swift attack upon the elder and finish with the youth once he's dead.
Enter Qui-Gon Jinn and Anakin Skywalker.
Behold, what's this? An enemy. Make haste unto the ship, and make thou swiftest flight, and tell them to depart most urgently.
Exit Anakin. Qui-Gon and Darth Maul begin to duel.
Your powers are weak and aged your technique. Your art no match for one so skilled as I.
Alas, such speed and fleet agility I ne'er have seen but in the Jedi ranks.
Enter Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, R2-D2, Captain Panaka, and Rick Ollier on balcony in the cockpit of the Naboo cruiser.
Great trouble does pursue Qui-Gon below.
I pray thee, pilot, take off now.
I shall.
Draw near to them, fly low that he may leap.
Qui-Gon begins to lose strength.
You grow still weaker. Soon I'll see you fall.
Perchance, I've one last leap to save my life.
Qui-Gon jumps into the ship on the balcony.
This battle ends, and you are barely saved. Next time, you shall not be so fortunate.
Exit Darth Maul.
Good sir, is well with you?
What was the thing?
I'm not certain, merely do I know that it was trained well in the Jedi arts. Belike it hither came to take our queen, and lo, the game is played, it's dangerous.
What shall we do?
For now, we bide our time, and strive to calm for patience in all things. Young Anakin Skywalker, I present my strong apprentice, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well met, dear sir. Are you a Jedi too?
Indeed, my lad. As well thou mayest be.
Together we shall with this new threat confront. Belike will answers find on Coruscant.
Exit. Scene 4. On the planet Naboo. Enter Newt Gunray, CO Bibble, OOM9, and other guard droids.
Your queen is lost, your people feebly starve, and it appears their governor, Ian Yu, may not outlive them. Truth, your life is mine, a prize that I do mean to claim anon.
Your ill-advised attack shall gain you nil. Naboo is proudly a democracy. Its citizens decide, and they did speak decisively enough against your rule.
Your insolence offends. Take him away.
Exit several guards with CO Bibble.
My troops have taken position in the swamps, where they seek out the underwater towns about which rumor hath been spread of late. What hidden is shall soon revealed be.
I thank thee, Captain. Thy words ease my mind. Make me a full report of what they find.
Exit. Scene 5. Aboard the Naboo cruiser and on the planet Coruscant. Whilst cruelly doth the Federation find excuse to starve Naboo's poor, conquered hordes, fear starts to rise within each troubled mind. Look ye, and see how rumor knots her cords. Young Anakin by guilt is overrun. Thinks he of her he left with sad regret. Old Qui-Gon and the younger Obi-Wan consider this portentous recent threat. Oh, how fleet rumor does her labor. See? Runs to and fro to make them sick with fear. Unsung is my impact on history. Such times as these are wherefore I am here. Catch all I shall within the net I threw, and witness each sharp pain they undergo. Now, watch as one more cometh into view, the maiden Padmé, full of care and woe. Enter Padmé.
By dark of night, I come to hear what news I can of my defenseless countrymen. Would that I could be present with them there to share in their torment and suffering and be handmaiden to their airy hope. And yet, since for now I am a traveler, and spinning through the echoless echelons of space, my path lies not with that of my dear ones. Thus must I steal a hidden glimpse of them.
Padmé turns on the computer. Enter CO Bibble and Beam.
The death toll had been catastrophic here. Conform unto their wishes, Highness, please, and contact me anon ere more are dead.
Exit Seal Bibble from beam. Enter Anakin Skywalker.
Sweet boy, how dost thou fare?
I'm very ill. And how do you?
Ah, very ill too, lad.
Find the depths of space turn my blood cold, the blood that knows the heat of Tatooine.
Padmé wraps a blanket around Anakin.
Forsooth, thou comest from a planet warm, belike too warm for mine own taste. In truth, space is a cold and empty place.
And you? Why doth my lady say she's ill? Your visage could recite 1,000 woes.
The queen is worried. Her concern is mine. The people of Naboo face pain and death. The queen must make the Senate understand that they must rise anon and intervene to stop the cruel invasion, else all is lost. The outcome is beyond what I can see.
Anakin removes a pendant from his pouch.
I fashioned this small trinket for you, miss, that you might remember Anakin. 'Tis carved from a snippet of Jabba. Perchance it shall bring fortune to your path.
'Tis passing beautiful, kind Anakin. Yet need I not a trinket to recall the brave and solemn boy before me here? Ne'er shall your memory be far from me, whether I am adorned with this or no. Pray understand that many things must change when safely we arrive on Coruscant. What shall not change is how I care for thee.
My heart doth hold you in its care as well, though even this reeks of duplicity. For how can one heart hold the care for two?
Thou dost yearn for thy mother kind, I know. 'Tis meet and right to do so, Anakin.
Exit Padmé.
Then wherefore doth it make my spirit burn?
Enter Rick Ollier.
Attend, lad. We soon land on Coruscant. Behold its lights and iridescent glow. The planet whole is but one city vast, which giveth light at all times, day or night. Oh, below 'tis Chancellor Valorum's craft, and there upon the landing dock doth wait Sir Palpatine, an honorable man.
Enter Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Sabe dressed as Queen Amidala, Padmé, Jar Jar Binks, Captain Panaka, and separately Chancellor Valorum and Senator Palpatine.
With humble mind, we greet ye heartily.
Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi bow to Chancellor Valorum and Senator Palpatine.
And you as well, ye noble Jedi Knights. Your Majesty, 'tis gift to see you well. I feared the worst, but you are here alive. A dire communications breakdown did upset us quite, and have us all concerned. I shall with eagerness hear your report of all that hath befallen since Naboo. Straight may I introduce unto your grace the Chancellor Supreme, Valorum he.
Your Highness, I do bid you hearty welcome. It is a privilege to meet your person.
All thanks, respected Chancellor Supreme.
Your situation is full well distressing. The Senate is most strained by all the rumors. I've called a special meeting to the Senate, wherein we may circumstance consider.
Most grateful am I for thy deep concern.
A question of procedure did arise, yet I am confident will overcome.
Good Chancellor, I must anon address the Jedi Council. All is not 'twas, the situation hath new obstacles.
Exit Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Chancellor Valorum as the others move to Senator Palpatine's quarters.
My queen, here is there no civility. Aye, no civility, mere politics. What once the strong republic was, it is no longer. Weak and feeble 'tis become. A senate's rife with babbling delegates, ere greedy for their taste of power's meat. The common goods become a most rare dish, unsavory to their growing appetites. I would not lie to you, your majesty. There is but little chance the Senate shall move to suppress or censor this attack.
The Chancellor, it seems, would disagree. He spoke of hope it may yet be put right.
And yet the Chancellor hath little power. He ere by accusations is beset, all whispering corruption's damning name. Full baseless, yea, but Still he lacketh might. 'Tis bureaucrats who rule the Senate now.
I prithee, say, what options have we then?
'Twould grant us greatest chance of fate's esteem if we could push to elect a chancellor, who could no stronger, barely supreme. Belike a one as this could then control the bureaucrats and rule for justice' sake. If you put forth a vote, no confidence in Chancellor Valorum, 'twould suffice.
Are you beyond all reason? He hath been an ardent friend and patron of Naboo.
'Tis not the only course. We could as well submit a plea unto the courts of law.
Which would take but far longer even than the Senate in its plodding snail-like pace. Our people groan and die. Oh, Senator, the Federation must be quickly stopped.
If we bethink but realistically, your majesty, it well may be our lot to bear the Federation's cruel control, not for eternity, but for a time.
Not even for a second, Senator. I never shall accept their unjust rule. Were we to let it be, e'en for a trice, their vicious claws would sink far deeper in, and every day that passed would render their control o'er our most happy, peaceful globe more palatable for the Republic to take in. A moment would become a time would quickly turn into an age, and all would soon forget that Naboo had once been ruled by its own government. Seek not to make me hide their vice from view, for this is something I cannot do.
Exit. And that's it for tonight. We did it. We made it through the first 3 acts. So thank you, everybody, for making it through. Obviously, such important things as trade, diplomacy, politics, things that I'm sure none of us are tired of hearing this year. It's a wonderful topic for us to dive into. Thank you for my cast for their amazing voices and costumes and choices in general. Like, I keep saying it every time, but we have no idea what's coming. The Jar Jar puppet literally was kept off screen until we started tonight. So thank you, Maddie, for making a glorious puppet that at times was definitely a Muppet, and it was amazing and beautiful. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you would like to learn more about what is coming, which we are going to be concluding the Phantom of Menace next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Just as always, we'll be posting the streaming link on Sunday or Monday. That way you know exactly where to come. We now have a Facebook page, so follow us there. That way we can update you if anything changes or if we're doing something a little different, which we could do in a little while. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much. Please stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week. May the Force be with you. Have a good night. And we're clear.